Today we're heading to one of our favorite fishing destinations in Fishing Planet. That's right, Emerald Lake. Stay tuned for more. Welcome to Emerald Lake. I recently got back from a walleye trip of my own, and I was thrilled to discover we'd be covering this lake next. With summer behind us and fall colors starting to show, this is the perfect lake to head into for October. Emerald Lake is located in New York and is home to 12 different types of fish, which gives you tons of variety to chase. Here's the full list, and I'll note extra bits you'll want to remember. Common and trophy varieties of black crappie, common bluntnose minnow, common trophy and unique chain pickerel, common and golden shiner, common and trophy grass pickerel, young and common northern pike, common and trophy pumpkinseed, common and trophy redfin pickerel, common, trophy and unique sauger, common and trophy walleye, and finally the yellow perch, which can be found in common and trophy varieties. That means from easy bait fish to predatory trophies, you've got something to serve every gameplay style. Gear-wise, we're using the exact setup from our Rocky Lake trip because it remains very solid here at Emerald. By now you should have at least 3 poles ready to go. Here's what we're bringing and why. Float rod setup. Telefloat 14-foot 9-inch rod, Windcast 1500 reel, fluorocarbon line, and bobber. Hook sizes. You'll want a number 1 for walleye, number 4 and number 8 for small panfish. Later on, you'll need the big 4/0 hook for chain pickerel, which unlocks at level 18. If you're not level 18 yet, don't worry, you can come back for this later. Feeder rod setup. Creek Pro 8-foot 10-inch rod, Crucian Hunter 3000 reel, fluorocarbon line, half-ounce sinker, mono leader, and a simple bell to alert you when you have a fish on. Casting rod setup. Aurora 8-foot 2-inch rod, Prima 3000 spinning reel, fluorocarbon line, and titanium leader. Please note only use the titanium leader when going for pickerel or northern pike. Remove for everything else, as the heavier leader can reduce your bite frequency. For lures, 1/4 ounce casting spoon with size 1/0 hook, the same purple barbless narrow spoon from Rocky Lake, 1/4 ounce size 1/0 hook. This spoon is widely recommended for walleye and other species at Emerald. Later on, you'll want to buy the 3/4 ounce glow in the dark green narrow spoon with 3/0 hook. It's available once you hit level 17. Essential if you're going after the unique sauger or higher tier fish. For bait, keep it simple and effective. You'll want small minnows, shiners, bread, bloodworms, or redworms. That will help you catch more than half of the fish available on this lake. Now let's talk administration, the license and travel side of things. For our first trip, we are grabbing a 1-day advanced license. This allows night fishing and boat and kayak access. We will save the kayak rental for the tail end of our trip when targeting the unique fish. Travel cost to Emerald Lake is $3,000, and while it looks steep at first, Emerald Lake remains one of the best for experience and money ratio once you know the hotspots. The fish keeper size matters. We decided it was cost-effective using the 26 pounds keeper until level 20. Many players will say that until you have a larger keep net, you're leaving money on the table, but with a smaller net, walleye at Emerald is better price per pound. Lastly, make sure to plan for multi-day trips if your keeper is small. Many guides recommend going 2 to 3 days to fill it and maximize profit. As mentioned earlier, we're going to start by focusing on the common varieties and completing the mission Emerald Exploration Part 1, which requires shiners, perch, pumpkinseed, and black crappie. The Midland Charm area is the west bank of the lake and is ideal with its shallow water, gradual drop-off, lily pads, reeds, all the right ingredients. Fishing near the lily pads with a float pole and bread will produce all kinds of bait fish. It doesn't take long to hook into a common shiner, and not long after that we hook into a golden shiner. It's just a shame that we cannot keep these fish for bait. The one bait fish that gave us some trouble was the Bluntnose Minnow. Patience is key. This is not a fish I would target specifically, but instead focus on the other panfish and you'll eventually hook into this one. It can take many casts using redworms before that species finally shows up. That was exactly the case here, as we managed to fill up an entire fish keeper before we landed this one. Trophy Pumpkinseed might sound like small fish, but at their trophy weight, they give solid experience and fill your keeper nicely. The best method: float rod, redworms, depth of 20 inches at the lily pads in Midland Charm. You'll accidentally land a trophy pumpkinseed while trying to haul in bait fish if you stay around the lily pads long enough. Another good spot can be found here. Off the dock, cast in front of the motorboat, you'll find calmer water there, and pumpkinseed holding just below surface features. Trophy crappie is very common when fishing Emerald Lake. They can be caught on bait ranging from bread, redworms, minnows, and the occasional casting lure. Your best bet to catch them early on is to fish the lily pads at Midland Charm. Another good spot can be found here. Throw a few casts off the dock and target the area behind the motorboat to get your hands on this one. Trophy yellow perch can seem elusive, but they pop up when you're doing everything else. If you want to intentionally target them early, go to Midland Charm, use your float rod, and bait with bloodworms or redworms near the lily pads or shallow weed edges. Before leaving for the day to cash in our haul, we decided to target something a bit more aggressive: northern pike. We switched to our spinning rod and the gold number 2 casting spoon and moved to the right side of the dock, fishing near the reeds. That's known to be the best spot for northern pike at Emerald. Pike are spotty here, you'll get bites, but they may require more patient casts. When we switched to the 1/4 ounce yellow casting spoon with 1/0 hook, we started landing full-size northern pike. For best results, keep your retrieve moderate, don't rush it, let it hover near drop-offs or weed edges, and give those rod flicks to provoke the strike. Doing this will guarantee that you land yourself the elusive Emerald Lake northern pike. Here are the exact coordinates where we landed ours. Now we're stepping into predator territory, the trophy grass pickerel. You will catch a ton of these when going for the trophy or unique chain pickerel. But if you want to target these early, they spawn around shallow water, lily pads, reeds, basically the same zones we've been fishing for panfish, but now you'll switch to a casting rod and spoons. Look for water that has shallow cover where pickerel ambush casting beyond the pad edge, letting your spoon sink slightly. Then retrieving with a twitch pause lift sequence often triggers a strike. Take your time and keep trying different retrieves fast, slow, stop, and go. Here are some exact coordinates where we had the best luck catching these. Redfin pickerel behave much like grass pickerel. Same shallow zones, same spoon types. The difference, redfins may be slightly less frequent, so patience pays off. They will hit aggressively, so try shallow casting the barbless purple narrow spoon near lily pads and reeds in Midland Charm, and experiment with lift and drop or twitch pause methods. They seem to favor the Midland Charm lily pads, but can be caught all over the lake when going for other species. We found this spot in particular to be best when going after the chain pickerel. Now we come to the main event. Trophy walleye, the big experience and cash earners at Emerald Lake. Once you hit level 20 and upgrade your keeper to the 66-pound capacity fish cabin medium, you'll be in business. You have 2 strong methods, the first of which is casting. Use the purple barbless narrow spoon, or your standard lure setup, targeting drop-offs, around reef edges, and deeper channels. Let the spoon hit the bottom before you start a stop and go or lift and drop retrieve. Oftentimes, the walleye will pick it up as it's hitting the bottom. The dock area is excellent for your first trophy walleye. Go on the dock and cast 120 to 150 feet out, just like we did, and start a slow stop and go retrieve. Or my favorite is the lift and drop as we are doing here. Walleye will fight extremely hard immediately after being hooked, and then will ease up as you reel them in closer. Once you catch your first walleye, work on technique and you'll develop a rhythm while leveling up in the process. The experience you gain and the cash you make at this level will be unlike any lake you have experienced to this point. The other method for walleye involves bottom fishing. Use the feeder rod with minnows or shiners, cast to deeper water, use a rod stand, and wait for the bite. Walleye are more active at night. For best experience, use a half-ounce sinker, fluoro leader, and small minnows. Cast out to the deep part of the lake and then run your narrow spoons. You'll be catching fish twice as fast. So if you're looking to ramp up on experience and money, focus here, go night fishing, bring your best gear, and aim to fill your keeper with walleye by the end of the day. This one took me a bit of experimentation, so I'll walk you through exactly how we unlocked the unique chain pickerel. First, we rented a kayak and fished the reeds extending from the lily pads in Midland Charm using the casting rod and yellow quarter-ounce spoon. We caught a number of trophies this way, but the unique eluded us. Some players recommend casting 150 feet from the dock towards the reeds on the left side, using shiners and a number 4 aught hook. We tried that for a while with no luck. So we packed up the kayak and headed back to our trophy chain pickerel spot from earlier. After catching 5 or 6 regular-sized pickerel, big ripples appeared on the water surface. And not long after the bell was ringing and the fight was on. After a really long and epic fight, we can cross the unique chain pickerel off of our bucket list. Here are the exact coordinates where we connected with this monster. Now for another high tier, the Trophy and Unique Sauger. There's only one location on the lake where they're reliably found near the boulder shoreline to the north, and you'll need boat or kayak to reach it. Here's what works. Use a narrow spoon and cast it along the boulders. Night fishing gives a big edge. A lot of sauger bite far more often at night, and you'll land plenty of trophy fish, especially during peak hours. When you're going for the unique, use that 3/4 ounce glow in the dark green narrow spoon that unlocks at level 17. The retrieve style. Some fish respond to classic lift and drop. Others prefer the stop and go. Experiment while you're there. Finding the unique fish on Emerald has been a memorable experience using different tools and techniques. Here are the exact coordinates where we landed our unique. We started our Emerald Lake adventure at level 17, and by the time we'd caught all the trophies and uniques on this lake, we climbed to level 23. That's right, 6 levels, and yes, most of that jump came from walleye. This lake is an absolute powerhouse for progression and income once you know the spots, the gear, the timing, and the technique. Thanks for joining me on this Emerald Lake walkthrough. I hope this video helps you fill your keep net to the brim, rack up XP, and land those trophies you've been dreaming about. If it did, drop a like, hit subscribe for more TruScore gaming walkthroughs. Tight lines, everyone, and I'll see you on the next lake.